Hello, my name is Andy and I am the Village Idiot, and welcome back to the parish notice board on Sunday, March the 13th. Let's get to it this week. Okay, so this week I come to you from a park and I'm going to show you some bits of that park by turning the camera around. Where do you think this park is? We've got a nice bandstand there on the right. It's a nice big open space this. There's quite a lot to it. There's more behind me. Very big park. And if you want a clue as to where this park is, it's situated in the west of a town. And the fact that it's in the west of a town gives you part of its name. Where do you think this is? Comment down below if you think you know. That brings us to last week's answer. Well done if you got this. A couple of people did. I was in the Lytgate at Bolton Percy's church, a very historic 15th century church in Selby, and you'll be hearing more about that when the Bolton Percy episode airs at the end of April. It's a long way away, but I was filming a batch of 6, I think I did, on that day, all in Selby, and that was the last one of the 6. So there you go. It's going to come out eventually, but it'll be a while. Okay, the first thing I want to talk about really this week is a thank you. I don't say thank you to my followers not nearly enough, and I should, for how many coffees you keep buying me on Buy Me a Coffee and other ways you keep helping and supporting me. I've had a couple of Buy Me a Coffees this past week or so. It's all helpful, even if it's the tiniest amount. You don't know how much difference that makes, especially when you consider that fuel prices are going up. An extra £5 here and there can be the difference between going to another village or abandoning it and doing it another day. So absolutely it's helpful, so thank you so much if you've contributed via any of my channels, as it were. You know, please do keep them coming. You're not forced, of course, to pay to watch my stuff, of course not, but yeah, if you've donated, thank you so much. It's really helpful and it helps keep the channel going. So yeah, onward to more bigger and better things thanks to you guys. So I put a couple of posts up, one on my Facebook page and one on YouTube, the community, earlier this week about Welbeck, which is in Bassetlaw. That video is going to be very different to what you're used to. I finished editing it yesterday, day before yesterday, something like that, and I know you're used to seeing a welcome section, then an amenities section, then the notable landmarks section, but this one has pretty much none of that. I had to think on my feet because my route, the walking route that I normally plan around these places, I couldn't follow it in Welbeck. It was impossible. It comes out at the end of April, mid-April. I think it's April the 21st. I think it comes out. Not quite sure on that. But you'll see when it drops. It was a very difficult one to try and cover. Thankfully, what I did do and what I did film counts for the whole channel as a whole. You know, visiting every civil parish, it does count. I was concerned at one point that what I filmed didn't actually count, but it does, under the criteria that I set myself, at least. So yeah, when Welbeck comes out, it's very different to what you're used to. It's still, I think, about a 15 or 16 minute long video, so I think I've still managed to pull it round. I think I've managed to make it interesting enough over that sort of time span, if you like, to watch, I suppose. But it's very different, so just letting you know. Now, on the subject of Bassetlaw, you remember last week I mentioned the Bassetlaw Finale, a gathering in either Retford Town Centre or Worksop Town Centre to tag on to the end of the last Bassetlaw episode, which will be Babworth. Now, a couple of people have got back to me about this and said, yes, that's a brilliant idea. It literally is just a couple of people at the moment, though. I think it's 2 people. If there's any other Bassetlaw residents out there who would like to sort of join in with this, please do let me know. I'm looking for at least 10 people to make it worthwhile doing. So if there are 10 of you out there in Bassetlaw who want to meet me in either Retford Town Centre or Worksop Town Centre on a date yet to be confirmed, then we'll have this little gathering to celebrate the completion of Bassetlaw. I'll keep you updated with this one on a weekly basis, because the more people that are interested, of course, the more you guys are going to want to know about it. So yeah, that's where we are with the Bassetlaw Finale. Okay, so this week coming, I'm going to be breaking a record. Currently, 11 parishes is the most I've ever filmed in 1 week, but this week I'm taking on 15. On Tuesday, you'll find me in North Lincolnshire. I'll be taking on Amcots, Garthorpe and Fockerby, Luddington and Holdenby and Easttoft. On Friday, you'll find me in Newark and Sherwood. I'll be in North Clifton, South Clifton, Girton, Spalford, Harby, Thorney and Wigsley. And then on the Saturday, the 19th, you'll find me in Fulnetby, Snelland, Stainton by Langworth and Scothan in West Lindsey. Busy week. Very busy week, but most of those places listed are very small. Scothan, I think, to be honest with you, out of all of them is probably the biggest, and that's not got a population exceeding 1,000 people. I don't think it has anyway. So they're really tiny. It may seem like a lot, but honestly they're probably going to be really short videos, most of those. So in effect, it's probably not much. I'm probably not filming much more than I already do in one week, to be honest. It's just a case of getting rid of some little ones, I suppose. And the last thing I want to talk about is today is the 13th of March. Tomorrow, it's my birthday. 14th of March 1984 is when I was brought into this world, and tomorrow I turn 38, but I don't feel a day over 18, if I'm being honest. And you know, walking around as much as I do keeps me fit and healthy. I definitely recommend it, absolutely do. You know, even if I'm in a place that doesn't really have much to sort of talk about, just having a nice walk around in the fresh air is kind of what I'm all about, really. And yeah, that's it for this week. Let's see what's coming up on the channel this week. I've got some good ones for you. Here's what's coming up. I've been Andy, also known as the Village Idiot, and this has been the Parish Notice Board, and I'm out.